Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. So let's discuss the remaining part of our last lecture that we were discussing about the discrete and continuous random variable along with their characteristics in terms of the variance, mean, how to find those. So today we are just supposed to finish those definition and terminology, and then we will be taking many problems regarding to those topics what we have covered here. Okay. So let me once finish yesterday's some small definitions were remaining over there, and then we will be starting the numerical problems. Yeah, can you see the properties? Is it visible to all of you, please?
Yes, ma'am.
So this thing we started yesterday. What is the meaning of the expected value? How to find it? These thing we covered. Variance, mean. Yeah. So this was the procedure how to find the value of the mean or the variance. Even I interpreted what is the physical interpretation of the mean and variance, how what is the exact meaning of it, and how we can convert the variance value in terms of the mean. That also I derived the discrete cases and in the continuous cases. Every time I'm repeating again, I'm telling you when we are finding out expectation for the discrete random variable, we are supposed to use the probability mass function. Okay, this will be definitely given to us in the numerical problem itself all most of the time, and if it is not given, then the distribution value will be given to us, and accordingly we will be able to find out the probability mass function that I will tell you in the problem itself. And in the continuous case, when we are supposing the variable as a continuous random variable, then instead of summation we are using integration, and instead of PMF we use the probability density function, and we are integrating with respect to the same variable, the random variable under which the function is defined. This was this term I gave you for the sample mean. This question also we did. Property also I told you ki how the linear property is existing for both the condition for the expectation. This thing was the variance. For the discrete case, the variance is written in terms of the PMF, and for the continuous case, the variance is written in terms of the PDF. This was the sample variance when a sample case given to us, data case given to us, then in that case how to find the variance. This was the formula, but most of the time in your syllabus we will be taking the distribution directly. Okay, because the data analysis and everything you have already seen in the lower standard. So here we are going to consider on the probability, which is we are emphasizing over that here as per your content. This thing also I told that if C is a constant, then variance of C is equals to 1. But the same thing what we discussed in the expectation of a constant is equals to 1. Why the variance of a constant equals to 0? Because of course the constant cannot vary. The function can vary. That's why. This was one of the problem we discussed, how to find the variance. ये हमने किया था. You can find out the value of the x square in the tabular form, or otherwise you may write it in itself in the numerical problem when you are solving it. Not necessary all the time you are making this x square in a tabular form. This is only for our convenience, okay? But always I always suggest that you have to at least maintain the methodology, okay? It means so please write all the solution in form of steps, because step marking always we follow when we evaluate the solution. So please maintain the steps. So this thing we did. Yes, I gave you this question yesterday. Yes, did you try? You toss a coin 100 times. What's the
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Did you try? Any one of you try?
मैंने ट्राई करा था मैम, लेकिन
हाँ,
ऐसी सीरीज बन के आ रही थी मैम, वो सॉल्व नहीं होती थी.
Okay, that's good. If you tried, that's good. No problem. Let's discuss it. What is the variance of the number of heads? Okay, the question was tossing a coin, okay, 100 times. Yes, this was the question. If we toss a coin 100 times, what is the expected number of heads and what is the variance of the number of heads, right? So let's discuss this. Firstly, the expected value. We would probably all agree that we expect around 50 heads, right? So another way to show it, we think of a tossing a coin. यहाँ हम head को क्या ले रहे हैं? Variable ले रहे हैं. Because the success is given in terms of the random variable, and here the success is to get the number of heads. Okay. So that's why expectation of x can be rewritten as 1, the probability of heads, plus 0, probability of tails. Now we know that x is the number of heads. Then to get the number of heads when we toss a coin is 0.5. So that's why probability to get a number of head is 0.5. So that's why 1 into 0.5 plus 0, because we are taking here to get head. So that's why in that case 0 will be the probability for the 0 will be the when we have a number of heads only. So that's why we are considering that part. If we do this 100 times, वहाँ तो हमने क्या किया, एक coin का consider किया. But now if we do this 100 times, we are looking for the sum of 100 tosses, where we assign 1 for a head and 0 for a tail, because the random variable shows the one number for the success, that is head, to get the head for us. Okay, so these are 100 independent identically distributed. How we write? Independent identically distributed events. So that's why the expectation of each toss can be added as per the linear property of expectation. So that's why E x1 for the one trial, x2 for the second trial, up to the 100. Due to the linear property, this will be distributed over this expectation parameter we are using as a we should say operator, right? So due to the linear property of this expectation operator, that can be rewritten as ex1 plus ex2 plus ex3 up to the ex100. Okay, and then it is because ex1 for a single head. So what we have 0.5. So how many times it is? 100 times. So that's why, excuse me. So that's why it is 50. So here what we did, basically we used the property, the linear property of the expected value or the operator what we define as in the term of expected value. ठीक है, यहाँ हमने क्या basic idea हमने क्या use किया है, because each trial is independent to each other. So that's why firstly we found the expectation for a single trial and we made it for the 100 times, because the expectation, or we should say the operator of the extension expectation follows the linear property. That is why this expectation is distributed over the addition, and therefore ex1 plus x2 up to 100 x100 can be rewritten as in the form of individual expectations up to the 100 trials. That can be rewritten as 50, because we know that for a single trial that was the 0.5. The similar kind of the thing we are going to use here in the variance. Let's discuss it. What is the variability though? So here what we are doing, we could do this for a 1 coin and then we will be using for the 100 coins, 100 trials. We should say 100 trials or 100 coins. Here the same thing over here. So for our rule of variance, that is, firstly we find expectation of x square. If we find that is number of head squared, right? That is 1 square p heads or 0 square p tails, because the success for us is to get the number of head. Here firstly we are talking about a single trial. Therefore ex square become 1 into 0.5 plus 0, that is 0.5. So what was the variance? Variance was the expectation of x square minus mu square. ठीक है? So what was the mu? Mu, that was the mean, that is 0.5. So hence if we write that 0.5 whole of square, so we getting 0.25. The variance of x for a single trial is written as 0.25. अब हम वापस से variance का जो linear property था उसको follow करेंगे as we did in the expectation. So then using our rule, variance of x plus y is equals to variance of x plus variance of y, because coin tosses are independent. ये जो एक trial हमने लिया है वो क्या है? Independent है. Each trial is independent to the other trial. So that's why here the linear property of the variance we are supposed to use. So up to the 100 trials it can be rewritten as variance x1 x2 up to x100 is equals to variance of x1 plus variance of x2 up to variance of x100. Now we know the variance for a single trial it was 0.25. So that's why 100 into 0.25, that is 25, and the standard deviation become 5. So what we interpret from it, when we toss a coin 100 times, we expect to get 50 head plus or minus 5. It means this is the variance. Okay, standard deviation जो है वो क्या आया है? 5 आया है. So therefore जो standard deviation 5 है, इसका मतलब mean से standard deviation 5 plus 5 minus 5 दोनों possible है. So this was about the case when the trials were independent to each other. When the trials are not independent to each other, then of course we will not be able to use the लीनियर प्रॉपर्टी, क्योंकि जब हम लीनियर प्रॉपर्टी पढ़ रहे थे तो हमने उसमें क्या लिया था कि x एंड y आर टू इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल, राइट। सो हियर द सेम थिंग कि हर ट्रायल का जो वेरिएबल था वो इंडिपेंडेंट था अपने आप में, सो दैट्स व्हाई वी विल बी एबल टू यूज द linear property directly here. But if it is not, when we have the conditional probability, it means जब आपके पास दोनों जो random variable हैं एक दूसरे से कहीं ना कहीं connected है, independent नहीं है, dependent है, तो उस केस में हम joint probability use करते हैं. That also we will be taking care. उस केस में हम covariance निकालते हैं variance की जगह, तो वो हम तब पढ़ेंगे जब हम multiple variable means more than one variable के कंडीशंस लेंगे, प्रोबेबिलिटी लेंगे, क्योंकि अभी जो हम प्रॉब्लम्स ले रहे हैं व्हाट वी आर ऑब्जर्विंग देयर ओनली वन वेरिएबल फंक्शन, or we can say the probability we are finding out for a single variable, but it is also possible that probability is affected by the more than one variable, then we have to use the joint probability or multiple random variables. तो वो हम उस तरीके की जो प्रॉब्लम है we will be taking when we will start the joint probability distribution. But up to this, because we have studied only one variable probabilities problem and their definition, so that's why we will be taking only those kind of the numerical problems. Now I am going to the whiteboard, जो मैं आपको कुछ questions और कराना चाह रही हूँ जो हमने last terminologies ली हैं उससे related, because we have studied the definitions, but definitions will be clear only when we will apply those in the problems, right? Let's come to that. Another slide is given, is visible to you for numerical problems.
क्वेश्चन में एक डाउट था।
हाँ प्लीज।
मैम ये क्या कहते हैं, हर एक की जो वेरिएंस है वो सेम थोड़ी ही होगी मैम, वेरिएंस ऑफ x1 और वेरिएंस ऑफ x2।
For a single trial mean was 0.5, right? So single trial, हर एक single trial का, क्योंकि प्रोबेबिलिटी कितना होता है सिंगल ट्रायल में, दोनों का 0.5 होता है ना
मैम, लेकिन x2 तो यहाँ रिप्रेजेंट करेगा कितने नंबर ऑफ हेड्स आए हमारे पास।
यहाँ हम एक पहले क्या कर रहे हैं, फर्स्टली वी आर फाइंडिंग आउट द एक्सपेक्टेशन एज वेल एज वेरिएंस फॉर अ सिंगल ट्रायल एंड वी आर एक्सटेंडिंग दैट फॉर दी 100 ट्रायल। जो भी आपकी प्रॉब्लम हो, चाहे 50 ट्रायल के लिए करें चाहे 100 ट्रायल के लिए करें, द सेम concept you are supposed to use. You want to ask what? आप क्या पूछना चाह रहे हो? हमने यहाँ पर I explain it again if you have any doubt. हम क्या कर रहे हैं, हम 100 के लिए एक साथ नहीं निकाल रहे हैं, हम क्या कर रहे हैं, हमने एक ट्रायल का निकाला है, क्योंकि सभी ट्रायल जो है अपने आप में इंडिपेंडेंट है। एक ट्रायल में कॉइन में टॉस जो हम कर रहे हैं तो हेड आ रहा है या टेल आ रहा है, उसका इफेक्ट दूसरे पे नहीं पड़ता है ना, दूसरे पे नहीं पड़ता है। तो एक ट्रायल में हेड आने की और टेल आने की 50-50% हमारे पास चांसेस होते हैं, दैट वी नो, दैट इज अ इक्वली लाइकली इवेंट, उनको हम इक्वली लाइकली भी बोलते हैं। सो दैट कॉन्सेप्ट वी आर यूजिंग फॉर अ सिंगल ट्रायल, एंड फर्स्टली वी फाइंड the things for a single trial, because these all are independent to each other. Getting head or tail in a single trial is not affecting the other trial's outcome. So we say that is independent, and then we will be able to use the linear property of the expectation as well as for the variance.
मैम जैसे हम पुराने क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर रहे थे उसमें हम मैम डायरेक्टली xi को मल्टीप्लाई कर रहे थे pxi के साथ और समेशन ले जा रहे थे हर केस का।
हाँ, क्योंकि आपके पास वहां पर क्या था, pxi था।
यस मैम।
हाँ,
तो मैम
वहां
pxi कैलकुलेट भी तो कर सकते हैं मैम हर एक केस के। मैम pxi कैलकुलेट भी कर सकते हैं मैम, मैंने वही करा था एक्चुअली।
तो मैम 100 तो उसमें भी तो 0.5 आएगा ईच ट्रायल के लिए प्रोबेबिलिटी।
मैम अलग आ जाएगी ना, क्योंकि अगर मैं फर्स्ट केस कंसिडर करूं कि एक हेड आया 100 केसेस, मतलब हमारे पास 100 ट्रायल्स हुए उसमें से सिर्फ एक हेड आया, उसकी प्रोबेबिलिटी
आपका यहाँ पर लिसन यहाँ पर आपका इवेंट जो है वो सिंगल करके 100 टाइम्स है, लेकिन अभी जब जो हमने प्रॉब्लम्स ली थी वो सिंगल इवेंट था, एक ही बार का इवेंट था। और वो डिपेंडिंग भी हो सकता था। आर यू गेटिंग माई पॉइंट? हमने जितनी प्रॉब्लम्स ली थी उसमें आपने देखा होगा कि उस केस में हमारे पास आपकी फिर उसके जो आप बना रहे हैं ना प्रोबेबिलिटी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, उस केस में आप देखेंगे तो जो आपका कंडीशन होता है डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन फंक्शन का, समीशन ऑफ पी आई शुड बी इक्वल टू 1 फॉर ईच केस दैट इज नॉट गेटिंग फुलफिल्ड, isn't it? Isn't it? हाँ हाँ, प्रोबेबिलिटी जब हम डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन बना रहे हैं, yesterday also I told you, मैंने कुछ प्रॉब्लम भी बताई थी कि हम क्रॉस चेक कैसे करते हैं ना। पहला चीज तो ये था कि जो डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन है प्रोबेबिलिटी का ईच रैंडम वेरिएबल के लिए 0 से और 1 के बीच में होना चाहिए, राइट। और दूसरा हमारी क्या कंडीशन थी, फॉर अ सिंगल, यहाँ पर भी वही चलेगा, फॉर अ सिंगल ट्रायल इट शुड बी इक्वल टू 1। हमने 100 ट्रायल एक साथ नहीं किए हैं, वो हर ट्रायल का अलग अलग प्रोबेबिलिटी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन है। व्हाट वाज दैट? 0.5 0.5, राइट?
यस मैम।
समझ में आया? मैं कुछ और प्रॉब्लम्स भी आपको कराती हूँ जिससे कि ये चीज आपको क्लियर होगी। यहाँ हम ट्रायल वाइज प्रोबेबिलिटी निकाल सकते हैं। हम 100 ट्रायल्स का एक संग नहीं, क्योंकि 100 ट्रायल हमारे लिए एक सिंगल इवेंट नहीं है। 100 ट्रायल हमारे डिफरेंट इवेंट है और हर इवेंट का प्रोबेबिलिटी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन हमारे पास एक जैसा है, क्योंकि
मैम अगर मैं 100 ट्रायल्स को एक इवेंट मानूं तो मैम
उसका प्रोबेबिलिटी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन कैसे करोगे? क्योंकि सैंपल स्पेस जो है, क्योंकि कॉइन हमारे लिए जब हम एक कॉइन टॉस करते हैं तो एक सैंपल स्पेस क्रिएट होता है।
यस मैम।
है ना, एक सैंपल स्पेस क्रिएट होता है, और जब एक सैंपल स्पेस क्रिएट होता है तो प्रोबेबिलिटी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन तो उसी सैंपल केस पे बनेगा, सिंगल
मैम
पे।
इसका सैंपल केस जैसे अगर मान लीजिए मैम मैं चार कॉइन को टॉस करता, तो मैम 4 कॉइन को टॉस करने के बाद उसका सैंपल स्पेस बनेगा 2
तो
की
उस
पावर
केस
4
में
का।
आपका दूसरा हो गया, ये तो केस ही अलग हो गया। 4 को आपने किया तो फिर आपके कितने केस बनेंगे? जैसे मैंने
16।
3 का, हाँ 3 का बताया था कि HHH HHT THH, फिर तो वैसा केस हो जाएगा।
तो मैम अगर मैं उसे 100 भी उसको सेम तरीके से 2 की
हाँ,
पावर 100 भी।
उस केस में आपका वही प्रोबेबिलिटी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन होगा जैसा मैंने आपको क्वेश्चन में कराया था, वो 3/8 3/8 1/8 उस तरीके से होगा।
यस मैम।
टोटल प्रोबेबिलिटी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन शुड बी इक्वल टू 1। ऑलवेज रिमेंबर कि जो आप टेबल बनाते हो ना एक्स रैंडम वेरिएबल के लिए, यदि मेरे पास जैसे मैंने 5 टॉसेस किए तो एक्स की रेंज क्या हो जाएगी? 0 to 5, और फॉर ईच केस आई हैव टू डिफाइन सम प्रोबेबिलिटी एंड दोज प्रोबेबिलिटी शुड बी इक्वल टू 1 ऑलवेज। यू कैन सी, आप जब भी ऐसा बनाए तो टेबुलर फॉर्म में बनाए, सो देन यू कैन इजिली विजुलाइज कि हाँ ये प्रोबेबिलिटी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन जो मैंने क्रिएट किया है वो सेम है कि नहीं। जो आप बना रहे हैं ना प्रोबेबिलिटी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन, दैट डज नॉट बिलोंग टू दिस क्वेश्चन, बिकॉज दैट इज फॉर द सेम काइंड ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम व्हाट वी हैव डन अर्लियर। आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट नाउ? आर यू एबल टू डिफरेंशिएट बोथ द थिंग्स?
मैम एक बार क्वेश्चन दिखा दीजिए।
You toss a coin 10 times. ठीक है, आप नोट भी कर सकते हो, और ये मैंने वहां पे भी है दिया आपको, क्योंकि जो आप प्रॉब्लम कर रहे हैं ना वो हमने ऑलरेडी जैसे एक साथ, उसमें हम एक साथ काउंट कर रहे हैं सब चीजों को, ठीक है। यहाँ हम हर कॉइन का अलग अलग काउंट कर रहे हैं। दिस इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन दीज टू। मैं समझ गई आप क्या कहना चाह रहे हैं। जो प्रॉब्लम हमने स्टार्टिंग में रैंडम वेरिएबल्स की ली थी ना, इफ यू रिमेम्बर, है ना, वो मैं समझ गई आप क्या क्या करना चाह रहे हो। वो भी आप कर सकते हो, लेकिन वो क्वेश्चन जो है वो थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट होगा। उसमें हमारे पास जो केसेस हैं वो एक साथ बनेंगे, और जो प्रोबेबिलिटी डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन है वो उसमें सैंपल स्पेस आपका कैसे बनेगा, सैंपल पॉइंट्स वैसे होंगे HHH HHT TTT, लाइक,
मैम मैंने वैसे ही अप्रोच करा था, तो मैम ये
आई गॉट
ऐसे अलग आएगा?
आई गॉट योर, हाँ बिल्कुल अलग आएगा, बिल्कुल अलग आएगा उससे, ठीक है। कैन वी मूव फॉरवर्ड फॉर द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चंस? कुछ और क्वेश्चंस भी ले हम। This slide is clear, is visible to you, numerical problems? No?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
Okay,
No,
okay,
ma'am.
okay. Now is it visible? Please tell me, is it visible? Written numerical problems. Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Because the problems I believe that we have to solve directly over here, क्योंकि जो already solved problems होता है, I believe that the students are not able to understand, so I want to solve it here at the same time. So please firstly मैं इस जो problems हैं वो बिल्कुल beginning से शुरू कर रही हूँ, so that you can understand from the basic. कुछ problems तो मैंने direct आपको वहाँ भी कराई थी, slides में भी बता दिया था hand to hand, but here I'm trying to take all kind of the problem from the beginning to the standard one. So please firstly note down. Now we are using the condition of the probability mass functions, that we should know that total probability should equal to 1 always, है ना? तो वो जो conditions है वो हम यहाँ पर use करेंगे, so that even sometimes what happen for a particular random variable, the probability distribution will not be given to you. Then how to find the probability density function or mass function for that particular random variable, that we will be taking. Yes. Find the value of k so that fx is equals to k dot x 2 minus x may be a probability density function of a random variable You may please note down this also, because these things I am doing directly in the class. These numerical problem, I am trying to cover maximum problems in the class, at least covering all the main terminologies. This is given. Okay, so let's start to solve it. This is a very small problem, लेकिन जो concepts हैं वो आपको यहाँ use करने हैं. Find the value of k so that fx is equals to k dot x 2 minus x may be a probability density function for a random variable x for a 0 to x and 2. So here, as I told you, always firstly properly look into the numerical problem. Here we can define the random variable as the continuous random variable. Okay, and probability distribution is given in terms of the probability density function. We may write P, D, F also, okay, for our. In the beginning, I am writing everything. Later on, we can understand it through the yes. So probability distribution is in terms of the probability density function. What is the range? Range of random variable is 0, 1, even 0 to 2 hai. So here, because this is a 1 minute. Here the range of the x is because this is the continuous range, we know that we must have zero to 2 fx dx should be equal to what? Yes, it should be equal to what? Let me know.
1.
1 always. No, the total probability आपका 1 होना चाहिए. So what we are getting from here, that is 0 to 2, put the value of fx, k is the constant, x 2 minus x dx. So we will be getting k 2x square by 2 minus x cube by 3 from 0 to 2. It should be equal to 1, and ultimately we will be getting, if you solve, put the limits 0 to 2. Yes, let me know the value of the k. Let me know the value of the k. Solve it. k का वैल्यू क्या होगा मुझे बताइए.
3 by 4.
3 by
Yes,
3 by 4.
3 by 4. Absolutely right. This should be 3 by 4. So hence the probability density function can be rewritten as 3x by 4 2 minus x as per the validity of the probability density function. Okay, so these are the small questions, but we should know the concept कि जब भी इस तरीके का numerical problem आ रहा है, we are going to define the PDF in a proper valid form, then the total probability should be equal to 1. Can we go for the next question? If you all have written, please confirm.
Ma'am, wait, ma'am, please.
Okay, please take your time, note down it. Can we go for the next question?
Okay, ma'am.
Have you done
Yes,
it?
ma'am.
Okay. A continuous random variable x can assume any value between x is equals to 1 and x is equals to 4, and is 0 elsewhere has the density function given by fx is equals to lambda 1 plus x. Find probability for the random variable x less than 3. So let's solve it. We have the two part of this numerical problem because we may see one of the constant given in the probability function. So by using the condition over the probability density function, firstly we find the value of this constant, because without this we will not be able to write the probability x is less than 3. So let's firstly find the value of the lambda. We know that by the property of the PDF. Minus infinity to infinity fx dx should be equal to 1. We know this part, right?
Ma'am, what is lambda here?
Yes, this thing we need to find out. This is one of the constant given in the probability density function. How can we find the value of the lambda? By using the rule of PDF, isn't it? हमें क्या करना है? हमको वैल्यू निकालना है. Now this infinity to infinity limit, how can it be converted as per the problem? क्या होगा limit? बताइए.
Minus
What should be the
infinity
limit?
to 1. Minus
1 to
infinity to 1.
1 to
1 to 4.
absolutely right. Fx, because for the other range
Will be 0
the
to
term
0.
is, yeah, yes, absolutely. So that's why it's given x can assume any value between x1 and 4. So we are integrating between it, and this term should be equal to 1. So please let me know the value of the lambda now. जल्दी से फाइंड करिए, सॉल्व करिए इसको. इतना पार्ट तो हम पहले वाले क्वेश्चन में भी किया है. So please let me know the term of the lambda. लैम्डा का वैल्यू बताइए.
Two by 21.
Yes, 2 by
21.
21, absolutely right. This is 2 by 21. This is the constant term what we want, because here the lambda was given to us. So firstly we found a constant by using the rule of PDF. In the next part of it, we need to find out the value of the probability distribution, that is F3 भी कह सकते हैं हम, because we know that how we write this. P x is less than Px is less than 3 also we may write, because in the continuous form it doesn't matter whether we are writing less than or equal to. I have already told you, in the continuous range the closed set or open set का कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, partially open set or partially closed set का, because we are doing integration, not the summation. Hence from 1 to 3 fx, because the lower range was 1. ठीक है, हमने यहाँ 1 क्यों लिया है? Because the lower range of the random variable was 1. If it is 0 or minus infinity, then accordingly you are supposed to put the lower range. ये अपने आप से नहीं लिखना है कि इसमें 1 ले लिया हमने. It will be given to you always in the numerical problem itself. So always, that's why I told you in the beginning only, please write all the things in the left column, ki what is the range of x, what kind of the random variable it is, okay, so and what kind of the distribution given, PDF or PMF. So firstly write all those things in the right column and then write the whole steps in the left hand side. So that would be better for us to understand any kind of the numerical problem. So now we can integrate it. We know the value of the lambda, that is 1/3. Fx is 2 by 21, 1 plus x. Now we can integrate it. आप इसको solve कर सकते हैं. Solve करिए और मुझे बताइए what's the probability for x is less than 3 or less than equals to 3. dx भी लिखना है यहाँ, dx. Let me know the value. Answer बताइए.
I'm 4/7.
4/7. Absolutely right. And please always remember when you are finding out any probability ना, तो वो आपकी range से बाहर नहीं होना चाहिए. It should not be greater than 1 or it should not be negative. If you are getting something this kind of the value, then definitely there's some calculation mistakes. So then you please cross check. And so in this case we are getting the probability for x is less than 3 or x is less than equals to 3, that is 4/7, because this was the case for continuous range. So we may write this also. It doesn't matter, is it less than equals to or less than 3. Okay, so these are the basic questions what we took on the very fundamental concepts, that the total, what is the logic to write the probability density function or any probability distribution, what are the properties over it, and how to find the cumulative, we can say here cumulative also, because x is less than 3 means this is a cumulative up to 3. No? So we know that how we are finding out the here cumulative distribution function. So that's why we wrote it in form of the F3 as well. So in the next class also I will be taking only the numerical problems. Okay, next class में भी मैं problems ही लूँगी. We will extend the same thing. हम variance, expectation, इन सब का भी problem अभी numerical problems अभी class में solve करेंगे. Please note down it. Have you noted down, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
This
Thank
was
you,
for
ma'am.
today. Thank you. This was for today. Let's discuss more problems in the next class. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you.